Hey, what's going on, all you crypto freaks and geeks? Welcome back to another episode of Beards and Bitcoins. We are a crypto podcast for the man's man. I'm your co-host, JChains. Sitting in our studio again is my man, BitBoy. We are excited about today's episode. But first, man, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I don't know. Does our audience like being called freaks and geeks, you think?
I don't know.
Maybe they do.
I mean, I would consider myself a crypto freak. A crypto geek? No. Crypto freak.
Yeah.
I'm more of a freak. And there are some geeks. I mean,
you are a freak, dude.
I like to get
Big
freaky. And I think, so is there a big difference between a geek and a nerd? Nerd! I think a geek is a cool nerd, right?
Ooh, no, I think I'm not really down with this movement that nerds can be cool. Are you down with that?
Well, what happens, from what I understand, is that the nerds grow up to be your boss, right? Obviously, things are different in this.
Supposedly, I don't have a mother boss.
I know.
I'm your boss.
Come on now.
Outside of that, I don't sweat no boss. That's why I do crypto. I'm my own man.
Well, I'm very excited because I think I am getting ready to make that leap of faith and go full-time crypto. It's been many years coming. I was once before, had to jump back in during the bear market and get a job again. It's kind of always been my career. It's not like I really ever left it, but I'm ready, man. I'm ready to jump back into this world full-time.
I love it, man. And speaking of geeks and jumping back in, okay, today we're going to kind of continue what we talked about last week. Last week on the podcast, we talked about, on the last episode, we talked about what coin research sites we like. We talked about several. We talked about CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Token Metrics, Coin360, Live Coin Watch, and the things we liked about them. But today, we're actually going to do something I don't like to do. Mm-hmm. We're going to get geeky.
We're going to give away the kind of the insides of what we do.
Yeah, we're going to get into the nerdy stuff about the numbers on what you guys should be looking at when you're researching coins. Because DYOR, do your own research, is very, very broad. But today, we're going to narrow it down, and we're going to show you guys exactly what you should be looking at when you are doing research on coins. So, hey, let's wax it. Today's show is brought to you in part by Blaze Network. This month, Blaze will be releasing their first dApp, and their Uniswap liquidity will be locked. You can find Blaze Network on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Blaze Network is equipped with a 2% burning mechanism on their 30K circulating supply. Find out more about Blaze Network at blazenetwork.info. All right, guys, so we're going to get into one specific coin today, and we're going to kind of look at some of the numbers regarding it, and I'm going to show you guys, like, when I'm doing research, what I'm looking for. And we're picking the very best coin today.
Best.
This is best. This is not sponsored in any way, but we tried to pick a coin that was like, okay, what's a coin we can talk about to really demonstrate stuff and we can still laugh at the same time? So tell them what we're going to be looking at today.
Everyone's favorite meme coin, DogeCoin.
That's right. It is a meme coin, which basically means it's a coin that people laugh at, but it's got a strong community. Mm-hmm. It's funny, I've actually had some newer meme coins that have been reaching out to me to do some promotion that call themselves the DogeCoin killer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I would love to see this.
I will do no promotion on my channel, maybe on the podcast.
I mean, it's going to be really hard for anyone else to have a CEO better than Elon Musk. I'm just saying.
Hey, if you got to have a boss, maybe that's the one you want to go
I would think so.
You think so. So we're going to be looking at DogeCoin today and kind of looking at some of the numbers. I'm going to kind of be giving you guys some ideas of like what I'm looking for when I'm doing research on coins. But first, let's get into, we were talking a little bit before we went live on air today. What is your coin research method? I would love to hear this.
Oh, man. So I would say that my coin research method is all over the place. Now, I've said to you guys a couple times before in the history of the show, I used to work for an exchange. One of my jobs on the exchange, I did a couple things, but one of the things that I did was review projects, right? Because we wouldn't list something that was obviously scammy.
Right.
So I started off my crypto career like just nuts deep in learning.
Oh, wow. Nuts deep.
I mean, that's like, it was multiple hours, like all day long, just searching projects, going through it, reading papers, checking out teams, looking at LinkedIn or whatever, just trying to see if like these people were actually real, right? So like that's one of my favorite things to do to start off, right? Is let's look at the white paper. You know, is this something, you know, you could Google.
Can we be honest, Jay?
I'm not looking at any white papers.
You're not looking at a white paper. Let's be honest.
Well, back in the day.
It sounds good. It sounds good. You might scan it, but
I would say back when I was doing that, but that's I was doing
Yeah.
it professionally, right? Like
Yeah.
when I was really doing research. Now what am I doing today? I'm buying hot coins. I'm buying dips on hot coins so I don't buy the top. If I've got some friends that are going to go in on a project, I'll hop in on that.
can we bare our souls today?
I think that this is probably a good
I got
day
a
for
big I got a big admission right now.
that. Oh, nice.
I'm going to say this. I've never read a white paper in my life.
Are you serious?
Never read a full white paper. No.
Ooh.
I've scanned one during some reviews or something to talk about. A white paper is for freaking nerds. I'm not going to spend 3 hours combing through a 50-page document that looks like it was made on Microsoft Paint. You know, I'm just not going to do it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a good point.
I'm not a techie guy. Not a techie guy. I don't care about I care about your tokenomics to some extent, but I don't care about your freaking tech. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm not a developer. How am I as a person that's a normal person, your everyday guy, okay? I'm into sports, you know, I'm into playing poker, like I'm into stuff. I'm not playing Minecraft, okay? I'm not doing website coding and development.
You don't do Pokemon Go?
No, dude, I don't do Pokemon Go, okay? I ain't trying to catch anything. When I was younger, I was trying to catch them all, maybe STDs or something, okay?
Oh.
But definitely not. I didn't get any, okay? But I was always trying to catch them. Okay, so in all seriousness, though, I don't care about the way that your blockchain, you know, integrates with your testnet, that integrates with your TPS or anything. I don't care about that stuff. I'm a normal guy. I want to make money.
Ooh.
That's what I want to do.
You're speaking my language.
I'm speaking your language. And so when it comes to reading white papers, and I'll give you another little secret here, 90% at least of the people that are telling you they're reading white papers are not reading white papers. Nobody's reading a whole white paper.
No. I like light papers.
Like a one-pager.
One page. I'm a
Love a one-pager.
Big fan of a one-pager. You give me a one-pager, I'll read it all day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. If you've been following me because you think I'm over there scouring white papers, I'm sorry, you're following the wrong dude. I don't give a flip. Let me ask you a question. When you go and stay at a hotel, do you check the blueprints?
Never.
Do you check the architecture of the hotel before you go stay there?
Never.
What do you care about?
How soft is the bed? Is it clean? And is there maybe a couple beers or a bottle of liquor in my mini fridge?
That's all that matters.
That's it.
That's all that matters.
I want a drink, a comfy bed. Maybe I want to see how low the air conditioning goes because that's my favorite thing. I keep my house. I live in Austin, right? So like right now it's like 1,000 degrees.
So hot outside.
We keep the air conditioning at like 80-ish, right? Sometimes a little bit lower, sometimes a little hotter. But on a 20-degree swing, that feels great.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the outside temperature is. If I go to a hotel, I'm burying the needle on that thing. I want it to be like 58 degrees. I want to see my breath in a hotel.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I don't sleep well in a hotel, so I have to just like freeze myself to death, and then I'm good.
Yeah, I actually woke up in the middle of the night last night. A little back hurting action.
Ooh.
I actually called the hotel. Staying at the Fairmont Austin. Shout out to the Fairmont. It's a great hotel.
Beautiful hotel. Beautiful view of the city, by the way.
Great breakfast. Hit the breakfast up this morning. Beautiful view of the city. And that was, I think, part of why I woke up. Like, I woke up and the city's just so bright. I was like, is it daylight? And they brought me some Tylenol up to my room. I had a little backache. I hit the front desk and said, hey, you guys got any ibuprofen or anything? They said, we'll send it right up.
Oh, how about that?
That's the Fairmont Austin.
That is service with a smile right there. You gotta
Service
love
with a
that.
smile. Absolutely. Well, the guy looked kind of grumpy when he stopped by the room to drop it off. But hey.
He did it.
He did it.
He did it.
But that's the thing, guys. When it comes to a white paper, what I'm looking at if I open up a white paper for real, because I do open them up from time to time, I'm opening them up and I'm looking to see, does this thing look like it was, is it written by a 7-year-old?
Yeah.
Or does it look professional? That's all I'm
That's
looking
it.
for.
Just like, what's the quality of the paper look
Yeah,
like?
that's
All right, and then you go on to something else. Like,
right.
Okay, so what's your number one thing that you do when you're going to research a project?
Okay, so when I'm here and I'm on CoinMarketCap, okay, let me tell you what I'm not paying any attention to. I'm not paying any attention to the current US dollar value. I'm also not really paying any attention to the Satoshi value.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything to me. That's what most people are looking at. They're looking at what's the price at. I get questions like that all the time on my channel, like, give me the best coin that's 50 cents. That means nothing.
Right.
It means absolutely nothing. The fluctuations mean nothing also. The first thing I'm looking at is the rank.
Yep, that's important.
The rank is important. So if I'm on CoinMarketCap, DogeCoin, for instance, is ranked number 38. Hey, that means it's playing with the big boys.
Anything under 50, I think, is good. Under 100 is good, but under 50, you're swinging.
You're legit.
Yeah.
You're swinging. Okay. So when you see coin ranked number 38, you got to kind of look at the coins in groups, like you just said. You got your top 10 coins, your top 20, your top 50, top 100, top 200. Now,
200.
CoinMarketCap, after the top 200, the rankings get a little skewed because we talked about on another episode. CoinMarketCap changed the ranking system and things like that. But, I'm looking at top 400, top 500, top 1,000. And when you get outside the top 1,000, like, you're really digging.
You're digging. That's where you can find some.
Absolutely. That's where you find the gems. That's where you find the gems. But so when I'm looking at Dogecoin and I'm saying, okay, this is ranked number 38. In my mind, let's say I never heard of Dogecoin before. Mm-hmm. I'm immediately thinking to myself, okay, it's ranked 38. That means it's in the top 50. That means it came to play with the big boys. How much potential does this coin really have?
Right.
Can this coin make the jump from the top 38 to the top 10?
See, now this is where my next move comes in. I look at the circulating supply.
There you go.
You're looking at 125 billion coins. There's really not, it doesn't really have a whole lot of room. Unless the market cap goes to, $1 billion, it's really not going to move.
Right, exactly. I mean, each coin is going to be not worth that much. I mean, right now it's coming in at about a third of a penny. We've seen it much lower than that before. I think the low, it would have been, oh my gosh, it was so low. It was like a quarter of a tenth of a penny. So really, really, really low. It went really high, I think almost to
a penny and a half, January of 2018. So right after.
Yep. And so it's been down much lower than it is now. Even during the bear market, it got down to about a fifth of a penny. Right now, it's about a third of a penny. So, that circulating supply, what the circulating supply tells you, okay, so by itself, the circulating supply and the total supply isn't really telling you that much because all it's saying is, hey, the coin's growth in value is limited by a very overinflated circulating supply.
Right.
If a project has a very low supply, like we'll talk about, what is the project? It starts with a Decred. Like I think Decred has a low supply. You look at some other projects, I think Dash may have a low supply.
Maker, I think, has got a low.
Maker's got a low supply. When you look at these low supplies, that's telling you like, okay, the individual coin's value has a chance to be higher, but that's still not telling you much because that just means you got to buy more or buy less of it, buy more or buy less individual coins to gain value in US dollar, right? So to me, even the supplies aren't really telling you that much other than what you can expect per individual coin.
Now, there is an exception to that. Because if you can take your total supply and your circulating supply and figure out where the difference is in that, because you see some coins where maybe the founders got 80% of a project.
Yep.
I mean, prepared to get dumped on if that's the case.
Yeah, so that's where we talk about tokenomics. And when we say tokenomics, what we mean by that is the way the tokens are distributed. Mm-hmm. That's all that it means. So when you look at something like Chainlink, I think Chainlink, now don't quote me on this, I think they've got like a 20% founders.
It's big.
It's big.
Yeah.
So old Sergey and the team, Sergey Nazarov and the team there at Chainlink, they're getting rich for sure. They set it up that way. Yeah. But hey, guess what? This is where capitalism comes in. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm not a communist. Mm-mm. Are you a communist?
Not at all.
Absolutely.
I'm American.
American for sure. America. That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So we love capitalism. You want to design a coin? You set up the tokenomics however you want to
Absolutely.
do it.
You're putting your blood, sweat, and tears out
Absolutely.
there. You're putting your own capital to get these things going, unless you had the opportunity to do an ICO. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you make it, you make it.
Even the ICO. Hey, guess what? Set it up however you want to set it up.
However,
we can judge it. We can criticize the way it was set up. But hey, it's your project. You do what you want.
It's your world. I'm just living in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you're looking at the supply, that's what you're really looking at. Now, DogeCoin, I'm not 100% sure about the tokenomics of DogeCoin, so I don't know how I don't know if they're introducing new tokens in. I believe that they are. But that's really what you're wanting to look at when you look at the supplies. What are the tokenomics? And you can dig into that in the white paper, but usually you don't have to go that deep. Usually you can go to the website and you can check it out from there. So in our DogeCoin example, you look at the rank first. You kind of look over there, you scam. You
scam them.
That was a Freudian slip there. You scan the numbers for the market cap, the supply. Now, once again, the market cap isn't really that important in terms of You can kind of look at rank and market cap is the same thing because
Yeah.
on CoinMarketCap, most sites, they're ranked by their market cap. So all the market cap is doing is giving you a perspective of the ranking compared to other crypto projects that are above or below it.
Right.
So rank and market cap are kind of the same. Look at the tokenomics. Now the volume is pretty important because if you find a project that's lower on CoinMarketCap, but you see there's like no volume, that means if you buy or sell that coin at all, you're going to move the market.
You got to, and that's a great thing that you brought that up because that's one thing you got to pay attention to, especially like, when you're looking at liquidity issues and stuff. I mean, you could make a project go up 50% if it's got no volume.
I've done it. I've done it on accident.
The market maker.
Yeah, the market maker. I've done it on accident before. There was a project that had $800, and I made a pretty big $800 in volume. And I made a pretty big buy, and I doubled the price overnight. Now I didn't do it on purpose. I just wanted to get in the. I had a great app. Like I really liked it.
It's just what happened.
It's just what happens, So, but let me show you guys the next thing I'm looking at, which is website. The website is very important, guys.
Oh yeah.
Because you can now, DogeCoin is decentralized, fun and friendly currency, yada yada. They don't have the best website, but we know Dogecoin's been around for a while. But if you're digging into a project that's down in the 2, 3, 4, 5, 600s, you're going to want to make sure they have a legit website. And look, guys, there are projects that are on CoinMarketCap that are still trading. They're like, here's a good for instance. Okay, Deep Brain Chain. Okay.
Oh, you remember what happened there?
Do you know what happened recently with them?
I believe I do.
Where their Reddit got taken over? Have you seen that?
It got like terrible, right?
Well, what happened with Deep Brain Chain is their subreddit got hacked by someone who is a big investor in the project who lost a lot of money and they're angry. And every day they do a subreddit post that says your daily scam reminder.
Oof.
And basically, Deep Brain Chain, I don't know if they and this is where we kind of get into, did they fail or did they exit scam? It's hard to know the difference.
I mean, that's a good thing. Who really knows? You know what I was thinking about when I said I thought I knew you were talking about Deep Brain? I was actually thinking of Oyster.
Oyster is another one that rebranded into Opacity is the new name. But yeah, they did have an exit scam from their anonymous founder. You got to be careful with the anonymous founders. I will invest in stuff with anonymous founders. Bitcoin has an anonymous founder, but you always got to understand when you're doing that, you are taking a risk. But when you look at Deep Brain Chain, the price was as high as, let's see, at the peak.
All-time high was 65, almost 66 cents.
60 cents. Where is it at right now? It is at a quarter or a third of a penny.
Eesh.
Yeah, so what is that? Like 180x down, right? So basically this project exit scam. Now let's check out their website. Let's see if they still have a working website. But the one thing is, this is still tradable on KuCoin. So what this means is, even though, and they do have a pretty good looking website, even though this project basically exit scammed or failed, it can still pump.
Interesting. If you look at the bottom of their website, it does say copyright 2020 Deep Brain. So someone's still working on this.
Well, that could also be...
I guess we are also halfway into the year, a little over halfway into the year.
Well, that could be a code that automatically updates per year.
Oh, good point.
So that's probably what happened there. But yeah, so Deep Brain Chain is basically a defunct project. It's basically dead, but it's still on CoinMarketCap. It's coming in at 835, and there's still a volume. Look at the volume. Still $300,000 traded in the last 24 hours on a dead project.
Wow.
And that shows you right there the difference between being able to make money overnight, which you can trade something overnight and make money, and being able to invest in something for the long term. Obviously, this project isn't really going anywhere.
Right.
So,
you know what's crazy? If you look on their Twitter, they're actually posting every couple weeks. August 16th is the last one where they're doing a Deep Brain Chain progress report.
Well, maybe it's still running, but they don't have anything to do with the subreddit. And I know they haven't posted anything on Reddit in a long time.
I hate Reddit so much.
Yeah, I don't really go there a lot. But I'm a follower of this on Reddit just to see every day the daily scam reminder.
Oh, okay.
So who knows? Maybe it'll rise back out of the abyss. Maybe a lot of these projects, like, they'll start getting money again because of, the bull run, and they'll be able to get them going again. But even defunct projects that hardly work at all, it's still available on KuCoin. You can still, if I wanted to, if I was a bad person and I literally was a YouTuber who just cared about money and pumping and dumping on my followers like people accuse me of, but they don't know, actually, I don't do that. I do not do that at all.
That's nice of you.
Yeah. If I want to go pump and dump Deep Brain Chain, I could.
Yeah.
I could go and I could say, guys, they've got a new progress report out, and it's really incredible. And, Deep Brain Chain...
It's going to 10x.
It's going to 10x. It's trading on KuCoin. guess what my followers would do? They would go to KuCoin, they would buy it, they would probably pump it up like 25, 50%, maybe 100%, maybe 300%. I could sell it, dump on all my followers, knowing that this project is not going anywhere.
Right.
You know, but I don't do that. I try to make sure that when I'm giving projects to my followers, that we're looking at projects that I have a whole research team. I've got like 6 guys. That's all they do is research. And they actually go in and they find projects that have good long-term potential, and they're able to weed out projects like this that are pretty much dead. Now, It might rise at some point. It's tradable on KuCoin. Just because a project is tradable, just because it has a pump with the numbers, does not mean that the project is still even running at all.
No, and one thing you got to be careful.
Zombie coins, I guess you could call them.
Zombie coins, I love that. And you were used to have a ton of zombie coins. Was on Ether Delta, Fork Delta.
Yep.
I mean, they could be known scams, and people are still trading that on those 2 sites.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Does anybody still even use Fork Delta or Ether Delta?
Ether Delta's gone.
Is it?
Ether Delta got one of their founders got in trouble with the SEC, and they sold the site, and then the people they sold it to exit scammed. So, hey, crypto.
Come on now.
Crypto. So back to Dogecoin. I mean, we got to wrap this episode up. But just looking here, if we were to go back to Dogecoin on CoinMarketCap and look at kind of the numbers, you can see down there the charts. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at the charts, and I'm looking at the market pairs. Those are the other 2 things that I'm really, really looking at. I'm digging into when I research coins. And you can see, obviously, OKX and Binance are having the most trading right now with Dogecoin. Dogecoin pumped because of a TikTok video, you know, maybe about 6 weeks ago or 2 months ago.
All those little TikTokers to go in there and buy.
Oh, they got exposed to the pump and dump. Pump and dumps are still real. That's something that people do. People organize these. I actually got a leak about a pump and dump for a certain project. And I said, well, if these people are going to pump and dump on it, let me watch it. And so I watched it. And sure enough, man, I said right on the minute it was supposed to happen. I got word of this about 12 hours beforehand. I watched this price. It just went boop. And then I watched so many people trying to get out of it, put sell orders in, but you can't because the people that run the pump and dumps already have the sell orders set.
Right.
So you can't get out of it. All of their orders are going to get hit. You can't win in a pump and dump, guys. Always remember that. That's a lesson from 2017 I think we can all take. But overall, what do you think, Jay? Like when it comes to trying to figure out how to research coins, what's your overall takeaway from this episode?
My overall takeaway from this episode is just to make sure that you're careful about what you're doing. I mean, you can't trust everything that you read on the internet, right? So just use your best judgment. Be smart about what you're doing. Never risk. I mean, these are all the stupid things that everyone says. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. Stuff like that. So just do your research, figure out what you like, what you don't like, figure out why you like to do certain research a certain way, if that makes any sense, and then just invest in your own strategy. Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm also smart enough to know the most of you are going to, I call it the 5 YouTuber rule. Okay. You guys are going to watch 5 YouTubers or less. Some of you 1, some of you just me. You're going to watch a couple YouTubers and you're going to make a financial decision. And that's not the best way to do things, but I'm also smart enough to know that that's what you guys are going to do. So I would highly suggest for you guys that kind of just listen to hot coins and go jump in them without doing your research. Even though you're just doing that, still practice. Just go and look at some of the numbers.
Just look. I mean, one thing you can do, if you go on CoinMarketCap, I mean, you can look at the all-time high, the all-time low, the 90-day high, the 30-day high, with the lows as well. So you can see, where does this coin normally sit? So if you're trying to make a decision just based purely on price, you can see where it's sitting. Now, that's not the best investment strategy because this is the Wild West still, right?
Oh, yeah.
It could do anything, but it at least could give you an idea of where this coin typically rests.
Yeah.
And from there, you can make your decision. And if you're doing leverage trading, that would give you an idea of, hey, it's time to short this one, or, I'm going to go long on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's good. And the more tools you can have, just the better, the more resources. So you guys, when you're doing your research, develop your own research strategy. That's what I've done. You see, my strategy and Jay's strategy are totally different. I'm doing real analysis research. Jay is going to a website and throwing money on. Yeah, he's throwing darts. Okay. So we'll see whose strategy works out better in the end. But yeah, so make sure you guys develop that strategy. It's been a good episode today. Hope you guys learn something from it. And until next time, make sure that you grow your beards and your portfolios.
We out.